Good evening, everybody. Welcome to yet another edition of HSM Talks. My name is Abhishek Gupta, and I'm the founder and CEO of possibly what today is Asia's biggest parent, student, and educator community, high school moms, and international alliance of counselors and educators. I often, during my counseling sessions and webinars and virtual sessions and roadshows, encounter students and parents whose kids are high on sports and athletics. I often encounter students who want to go abroad and play soccer or continue with their passion of sports. It is very difficult to find information about the importance of sports and athletics in college admission process, and I thought, why not to deal with that? So today, in the season 4, the first episode of HSM Talks across our multiple Facebook pages and our YouTube as well as LinkedIn, I am glad to be joined by SN Lakshmi Rao. SN Lakshmi Rao carries phenomenal years of experience in corporate and in the education industry. She is not just a career and a guidance counselor at one of the finest schools in the country called Srinidhi International School in Hyderabad. She carries a passion for school counseling. And boy, are we not, having the scarcity of people who are passionate about school counseling and advising students. She is carrying a certificate in counseling with the University of California, Los Angeles, my alma mater. She also holds a PG diploma in human resource management, 15 plus years of professional experience. And what should I say? I had the privilege of meeting SN Lakshmi Rao recently on my trip to Hyderabad, and I had the privilege of visiting her school. Let me tell you, I would definitely want to go back to school after visiting her school. So, without taking much time, let me bring SN Lakshmi Rao, the guidance counselor with the Srinidhi International School, Hyderabad, onto your screens. Hi, Lakshmi, how are you doing?
I'm good, Abhishek. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Lakshmi, for joining in and joining it at such a short notice. You are the first guest on the fourth season of HSM Talks, and by tomorrow, thousands of parents would have watched this video on our Facebook group, Facebook pages, on our LinkedIn, and on our YouTube. So people are really looking forward to your advice and your guidance, Lakshmi. Um, one simple question. One simple question. Everybody wants to go to a great university. Everybody wants to make it big, but it's very difficult for everyone, each and every student, to balance their time between academics and other activities. What do you think? How is it possible to maintain a balance between academics and sports? Because today's interaction is about everybody who is a sports enthusiast and is about to, want to make it to the best of the universities using their sporting experience. So over to you.
I'm so glad you brought up this topic because this is a very lesser spoken discussion where we all talk about great academics, great SAT scores, great profiles, internships for university admissions. But how many of us actually think, or how many of us know that sports actually play a great role in your getting scholarships and admissions? In fact, they do. We all talk about sports until they are in grade 8, but the moment we enter grade 9, parents push to academics and related activities. Kids are actually taken away from grounds because academics is the focus. But parents, children, please understand that academics are equally important, not just for your admissions, but they teach so many things which the four walls of the classrooms or the homes cannot teach. For every individual sport, especially in the US, there are scholarships available where after you graduate, your application can go around into the path of college sports. Students can be toppers, but not all of them. Everyone cannot be a great athlete, but if you have an early planning in the respective sports that you are passionate about, you plan yourself towards the path of being a part of college sport and work towards scholarships, then as much as 40% to a full ride is available after your grade 12. So I would definitely say managing sports and academics, answering your question, managing and sports and academics together is definitely not very easy, but it's not impossible. Time management, a bit of guidance, a bit of understanding of where you want to go, how you want to do, makes it definitely possible. And I insist parents consider these as an option. And for those of you kids who are into any sport, please do not give it up. Some amount of hard work, and with the correct mentoring, it is absolutely possible.
For those of you who are into sports, please do not give it up. These are strong words of motivation from Lakshmi Rao, a guidance counselor at one of the finest schools in the country, Srinidhi International School, Hyderabad. And if you have a passion for sports, there are numerous scholarships available in the universities abroad that you can tap into. That's what the discussion is all about. Okay, Lakshmi, at what grade do we start the planning for
Yes.
college sports, and how do we identify if a specific sport offers me a chance for scholarships, let's say in United States of America?
I think it is very similar to the kind of planning that you have for the academics and your internships and so on. Right from grade 8, the moment you finish your grade 8 and you walk into grade 9 until when you have been playing different sports, tennis, swimming, badminton, soccer, these are the most famous sports, very popularly known. Just like how we plan as soon as we reach the grade 9, definitely there is a possibility and there is a need for you to plan and identify the goal that you would like to reach. Are you going into a professional route or are you taking the college tennis? Most of us definitely feel that academic path is the most safest path for career down the line, but sports would also reach you there. So grade completion of grade 8 is when you need to start planning. And there is something called the NCAA in the US, which is the national authority that gives you a list of sports which are registered under the United States of American sports scholarships. So if you are into a sport, please look for the list of sports which are well known. And if you are a part of that, then you are into the US with a route towards scholarship as well. And if you're great at academics as well, you are coupled with an academic as well as a sports scholarship.
Wonderful. This is very insightful, Lakshmi, because sports is such a less talked about area. And people think that, especially the parents, think that sports will not take anywhere. They do not realize that sports can be a way to make it to the best of the universities, and not only just make it for the admissions, but also for scholarships. Can somebody actually turn their passion of
Yeah.
sports and become a professional player after undergraduation, or what do you think? They should just play for the club team, and after that discontinue it completely? How do you, what is your sense about it?
Well, just like our subject choices in academics, even sports have a change of mind. When you start off in your high school, you definitely have a lot of ideas as to you want to go pro, you don't want to go pro, you just want to continue it as a passion. But by the time you actually get into college, you become a part of the college team. Then by the time you end your graduation, you kind of understand, am I really interested in going pro, or would I just want to leave it? It's too much for me to manage with academics. Then both the routes are actually open. If you wish to continue becoming a pro, then definitely at the end of college, you have the option of not wanting to continue into masters and taking a break into the pro levels, into the respective sport that you have, which not many of us know. And if you definitely decide that, hey, this is not for me, I cannot manage academics and sports, and I think I'm just happy with my academic path, there you go. You have continued your passion, you have continued your passion till the end of your undergrad, and then you bid goodbye, play your club sport, and get back to full time academics. So both the routes are still available, and you can also enjoy the college teams along with academics.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for that insight. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, uncles and aunts, dadus and dadis, whoever is watching us on the Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as YouTube. Let me tell you one thing. I'm in conversation with one of the finest school guidance counselors in the country, Miss Lakshmi Rao, from one of the finest schools in the country, Srinidhi International School, Hyderabad. And we are talking about the most untalked subject, which is, can sports take you to the best of the universities and provide you scholarships? Do you continue with your passion for sports? Can your passion for sports can become a stepstone to your success? Can your passion for sports land you into the best of the universities, or you should give up on your dreams of becoming a sportsman or a sportswoman? So my next question to Lakshmi is, can I really earn with the help of sports during my summer and winter breaks, Lakshmi? Is it possible?
Of course. Of course, an absolute yes. If you are trying to be good at academics and say, I need to earn money and look for part time jobs relevant to your subject, sport gives you that as well. Being an assistant coach on any field that you are in or trying to teach at the local clubs gives you a lot of money. And trust me, working part time in sports actually pays you more than the other jobs. So, for all of you out there who think that you have a passion, you are onto the college team, and you are a part of a university, you can definitely use all the experience that you've carried until then to earn a little more than a normal pocket money.
Wonderful. All right. Couple of questions more, Lakshmi. I know it's really late at night, and people are also watching us like this on their mobiles, so we do not want them to have a pain in their wrist. I'm already suffering from one. Oh my god, and it hurts. So a couple of quick questions, and I'll let you go for a good night's sleep after this. Uh, are there any categories of levels of sports you play in US? Uh, is there a intermediate category, entry level category, or something like that? Can you just explain me, because I understand people look up to me as a career counselor, but when it comes to sports, I would definitely look up to you to give me an insight. So what are the various levels of sports categories in US?
Great question, Abhishek. I think this is something that people should really know. Some of them might, some of them may not know about this. There are three different categories. I was mentioning to you about the NCAA, which is the authority of sports for you to get admitted on scholarship into any university. It is basically split into a Division 1, Division 2, and Division 3. And the level of competition also changes as per these three categories. So those of you who are actually wanting to get into the full competition, keep up to it, are those who might want to prefer the Division 1 colleges. Division 2, and Division 1 has the highest amount of scholarships available. Division 2 competition is equally high, but the amount of scholarships sometimes reduce. But Division 3, comparatively, competition and at the same time, the amount of scholarship might be less. So, irrespective of what stage you have been playing in India, the moment you might want to go to US, you decide what is the level of competition you want to be in and what is the pressure you would like to take. Is it just a passion and to be on a college tennis team or any other sporting? Or is it at a highly competitive level that you would like to go? You can select colleges accordingly based on the division of the NCAA. So I would repeat again for those of you who are in sports, please look up for the NCAA and the divisions. If it is a list, if it is a part of the list of that you are into, please go ahead and develop your profile around it. And you are sure to make it big along with a strong profile in addition to your academics.
Thank you, Lakshmi.
And
One
Abhishek,
last
I would
question
like
before
to
I.
add a small statement here. Sure, sure. Please tell me.
Go ahead. Go
Please
ahead.
tell me. One statement which I'd like to tell all of you parents and students out here is, I am a sporting parent myself, and it is not just a talk that I'm trying to give you or just counsel you that it's possible. It is definitely possible, even out of a personal experience. And I have guided so many students who have been successful in this. I have my own daughter who's on a full ride in USA right now, and she is a lawn tennis player who has planned and carefully stepped in, not wanting to be a pro, is a distinction holder in Cambridge syllabus until grade 10 and is a part of the college team. And trust me, she's able to manage both at the same time. And it is not just her. There are many, many kids who have done so. So it is possible. All the parents and kids out there, if you are passionate and are into sports, please do not give it up. And it is definitely possible with a proper planning to handle both.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lakshmi. I mean, from your personal experience, your daughter
Yeah.
actually there in US, uh, through this route, it definitely gives us a lot of confidence, and I'm sure it is giving a lot of confidence to the parents whose kids are into sports. Uh, One last question. Let's say you are on the sports team. Is it still possible to take a transfer within the
Mhm.
4 years of your graduation, uh, from one college to the other if you are already a part of the sports team? Is it possible? How does it work?
Absolutely. It is completely possible during the first 4 years or during the 4 years of your graduation. In case you really wish to, for any reason, want to move, either you're not happy with the location or you're not happy with the college, with the team, whatever, there is definitely a chance where you can take a transfer once in all the 4 years. But please remember that this is possible only based on the reputation and the attitude that you carry with your team, and you can take a transfer with the support of your coach wherever you are. So a possibility of a transfer is definitely open to you.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi Rao. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, uncles and aunts, and dadus and dadis, everybody who's watching, that is S.N. Lakshmi Rao, one of the finest school guidance counselors working with Srinidhi International School, Hyderabad, one of the finest schools in the country. And she was talking about importance of sports in college applications and admissions. And she was motivating enough to tell you to carry on with your passion of sports, because it's definitely possible to make it to the best of the universities, and that too with scholarships, and keep on playing with passion even as a professional player if you really do it well. Her own daughter is able to do it. She has guided very many students to the American universities with the help of sports. Thank you so much, SN Lakshmi Rao, for joining us tonight. It was lovely having you on the first very episode on the season 4 of HSM Talks on our Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow we will be in conversation with Ms. Minakshi Mattu, another senior guidance counselor, and talking about profiles and university admissions across the globe. Look forward to see you tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Same place, same time. Good night, Lakshmi. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Thank you.